20 states, well, actually now over 20 states, have filed petitions. Actually, all 50 states, I'm sorry, all 50 states filed petitions to secede from the Union. I was like, if all 50 states secede from the Union, and what are they going to do? All become their own little governments? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. You know, first of all, when this first came out, it was just Alabama, Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oregon, South Carolina, Tennessee, and, of course, the big boy, Texas. This seems like a whole bunch of people who are just a bunch of fucking whiners and sour grape shit. The big problem here is a black man got reelected to presidency. That's their big issue. When Bush had gotten into office, and of course he screwed over the whole country, he had about as many votes on his second term as Barack Obama did on his on the second election, and they were calling it a mandate. When Barack Obama gets the same kind of numbers, all of a sudden now everybody wants to secede. You know, personally, all these, I think, in my opinion, if you went to this whitehouse.gov and you signed the petition to be able to secede from the United States, in my book, you're a fucking traitor, and you should be hauled off to jail. Crystal, your thoughts?
I think I'm just going to make my independent state of Crystal and stay out of this business. This is fascinating because it just goes to show how desperate that they are to get some kind of revenge for their little leader not making it in, I believe. Citing the Declaration of Independence statement about the government and being able to secede and stuff, that's all nice and good. But go back into it, and if you research these so-called signatures that are on these petitions, there's multiple signatures from people that do not live in the states that they signed under, and there's people that signed under multiple states. So it may be impressive looking to see that Texas has got 100,000 signatures, but those really need to be verified, and I think when they get down to it, that's not ever going to happen. What worries me the most about this and about any state seceding, much less like 50 of us, is it's going to hurt the people that need the government help the most. Yeah. It's going to hurt the social services. It's going to hurt child protective services. Any of those kind of folks that are the most vulnerable and weak. And that's where my problem with this is. They quote to protect its citizens' standards of living and resecure their rights and liberties in accordance with their original ideas and beliefs of the founding fathers. But at the same time, they're not taking in the most vulnerable of their population. So really, to me, that's just being a hypocrite. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the thing is also, let's just say it was just the southern half of the United States, again, that wanted to secede from the Union, and the other part of the states, you know, said, you know, fine, see you later, buddy boy. Personally, if they had decided to secede, and let's just say for shits and giggles, let's say we let them secede, in less than 20 years, all these states and the southern states of the United States would end up becoming third world countries, because religion would just run rampant, for one, and they'd be just throw anything out there that they thought would stick to the wall, and would not be able to have any consciousness of what's actually going on around them. If you sign a petition at the government, you go to the White House, U.S. Gov, and you sign a petition to have something done, doesn't mean they're going to do it. They just mean someone's going to actually fucking look at it. They're not going to actually go, oh, well, you want to secede? Oh, you got enough signatures? Oh, well, I guess you're going to get to secede rather. Exactly. They give up their federal funding, and this really has not been thought through. This was really a stupid move. What are you going to do? Print your own currency? Yeah. You know, this to me is like hilarious. At the same time, it's a little scary. Yeah. You know, this is, like I said before, this is just a big fucking whiny babies out there. They're just whiny babies. They didn't get their way, and a black man is in charge, and they just don't know how to deal with that. You know, I think what this is actually trying to do, it just kind of occurred to me now, they figure that since the election didn't go their way, they feel, you know, if this is their mindset. I'm thinking what's going on in their head, that if we get enough people to say they want to secede, that the government's going to go, oh, you know what?
maybe we made a mistake. We should get Barack Obama. Well, since all these states decided they want to secede, well, we're just going to kick you out. We're just going to give it to Mitt Romney instead. Or we're just, we're just going to impeach you and just let, Biden be president for the last 4 years, just over this. And then they'll say, oh, we got the black man out of the office. People, you don't obviously have any fucking clue how government works. Joe, your thoughts?
Yeah, like you mentioned, this petition was filed with the White House's We the People website, which is the thing they set up back in 2011 to help address issues for everyday people.
Mm-hmm.
And originally, the petition threshold was 5,000 signatures. And I don't know if anyone remembers this, but someone started a petition to restore the Pledge of Allegiance to the version from the World War II generation recited in school before the words "under God" were added to it. So I signed it. I helped promote it. We blew past 5,000 signatures, and they raised the threshold to 25,000. So, great. The petition finally passes 25,000, and the White House issues a statement that they weren't going to address the under God and flag pledge issue. So, and that's a big criticism of these We the People petitions. Many times the White House just blows them off. So, these unpatriotic idiots that are making secede from the Union petitions are just wasting their time.
Yeah.
They're kidding themselves. It's ridiculous. Nothing's going to come of it, and they should just get over the election.
Yeah.
We do this every 4 years. Obama's not the king. Go vote in 2016.
Yeah. We're gonna have another president. Obama can't run again. Once he's done, it's over with, buddy boy.
I heard that a lot of the conservative vote didn't even go this year because they didn't like Romney.
Romney was such a douchebag to begin with. I mean, I think they just pulled him out of somebody's ass to be completely honest.
But if you're not going to vote, you're going to sit there and complain about it afterwards. It's like,
Yeah. George Carlin says, well, if you don't vote, you have nothing to complain about. Well, he reversed that. He says, well, if you did vote, you are the one that you shouldn't be having anybody to complain about because you're the one who fucker to put him in office to begin with.
I remember that. That's funny.
So, yeah, but and partially it's true. But and partially, I think it's both ways. I mean, if you didn't vote and you didn't bother, then I don't think you have anything you should be able to complain. And of course, if you did vote and you put somebody in office and they turned out to be a real fucktard, then you don't have any reason to complain about it either in that case. But in this instance, I think it's just a bunch of sour grapes, and people just do not seem to understand the process that's going on.